Hey everyone, welcome back. In today's video, we are talking about protein. Protein is one of the hottest topics when it comes to veganism and plant-based eating. In this video, we are going to talk about our 5 favorite protein sources, our go-tos, ones that we use the most often when we're cooking. They're not in any specific order or any order in particular. They're just 5 protein sources that we find easy to use and we tend to gravitate towards them. And before we hop in, just a reminder, if you are new here, please consider subscribing, hitting that like button. It helps us out huge. We would love to grow this channel and bring more content similar to this to you. So please hit that like button. And yeah, let's just jump in. Our 5 favorite vegan protein sources. Let's go.
Okay, so first up is seitan. This is something that is actually kind of new to us. If you watched our last video, you saw that Jordan's parents actually made seitan for the first time and we tasted it on camera. So if you haven't seen that video, go check that out now. But I'll just give you a bit of an idea of what seitan is. So it's actually vital wheat gluten is what you start with, and it has the consistency of flour. And when you mix that together with a liquid, form it into almost like a bread shape, then you can cook it any way you like. So you can pan fry it, you can cook it on the barbecue, you can even bake it in the oven. Vital wheat gluten isolates the protein found in wheat, and because of this process, it gives seitan a very high protein content. In fact, you get 25 grams of protein per 100 grams of seitan. This is a popular choice among vegans because it kind of is reminiscent of meat, and although a lot of people seem to have the understanding that vegans don't like meat, it's not always the case. So we do like meat, but we don't want to harm the animals in any way or contribute to any sort of suffering. And this allows us to have that sort of mouthfeel of meat, adding in different flavors without any of the cruelty.
Let's talk about lentils. Lentils are an all-star when it comes to plant-based protein sources. Coming in at 18 grams of protein per cooked cup of lentils, lentils are not a vegan protein source to be overlooked. Another great thing is lentils contain a good amount of digestible carbs, and a single cup can provide up to 15% of your daily fiber intake. You can find lentils in nearly every grocery store, and like other sources that we're going to mention in this video, they come in either dried or canned. Me personally, I'm not a huge fan of cooking or going that extra mile. I tend to stick to canned. I think dry is probably a better option, but if you're like me and you want to keep it simple, go with the canned, rinse them off, and you're good to go.
Among one of the most popular options for vegan protein is soy. This is definitely a staple in most vegans' diet, and I think it's because of the versatility and the variety that you can get with soy. One of the first things that come to mind when you think of soy is probably tofu. And there's also tempeh and edamame as well. You would prepare tempeh and tofu in a very similar way that you might have prepared meat in the past. They are both fairly bland on their own, and they definitely require a lot of seasoning and sometimes even a sauce. They will take on any flavor that you add to them, which is great. Our favorite way to use tofu is usually in a scramble or in curries, even thrown into stir fries. And tempeh, you can slice it up and put it in sandwiches or in salad. Edamame is a great addition to salads and stir fries as well. When you're buying any soy products, it's important to look for organic and non-GMO soy. This is because soy is one of the most sprayed crops, so just always make sure that you get organic.
Beans, another one of my favorites. Like I said earlier, I like to keep it simple, and it doesn't get any more simpler than beans. I prefer mine can form. Crack open the can, rinse them off, and I throw them in anything I'm eating really, whether it's pastas, salads. Sometimes I even have them as a side, as part of my main meal. And there's not just one kind. Black, red, kidney, pinto, lima, cannellini, the list really does go on. I know personally, when I became vegan, I was in the midst of a professional hockey career. As an elite athlete playing at a high level with lots on the line, remember, this is how I supported our family. My diet and protein was something I took very seriously, whether it's building muscle or recovery, staying strong, and just helping round out your diet. I found that beans were the easiest substitution to make. Before games, or as my pre-game meal, I used to have pasta with broccoli and chicken breast. It's kind of the staple hockey meal. But after going vegan, I simply swapped out the chicken breast for a can of chickpeas or a can of black beans, whatever kind of beans that I was in the mood for, you name it. And it actually made my meal prep a lot simpler, and as I mentioned numerous times, that's one thing I'm all about.
Number 5 on our list are nuts and seeds and their butters. So this is one I feel that's really easy to get into my diet. I probably have nuts and seeds every single day. For us, I would say the most common way that we eat nuts is through nut butter. So we always have peanut butter, almond butter on hand, sometimes cashew butter, and we also always have flax seeds, hemp seeds, and chia seeds. So those seeds are really easy to sprinkle over your salads and your yogurt, or even over your oatmeal. Hemp seeds might be the real winner here. They have over 10 grams of protein per 28 gram serving. Not to mention, they count as part of your daily serving of omega-3 and omega-6. As a family, we go through multiple jars of nut butter a month. We put it on toast, of course, we put it on fruit, we put it in our oatmeal. Sometimes Irie even eats it by the spoonful. Nuts and seeds are very high in plant protein. And not only that, they're also very high in good fats. So there you have it. Those are our 5 top plant protein foods. But don't get us wrong, there are plenty of other options when you're looking for protein in vegan foods. We'll leave a link in the description box below where you can check out some other great sources of plant protein, and the articles also go a little bit more in depth about each plant source.
And that's all for today, guys. If you haven't already, please like this video if you found it useful, and don't forget to subscribe. And also comment down below what your favorite source of plant-based protein is. Did we miss something? Is there something that maybe would move up to the top of our list if we gave it a shot? We'd love to hear from you guys, and thanks again.